Just go back in and set up Bluetooth again. Maybe you have to
Yeah,
do it.
that's what I'm gonna do. Thank you for reminding me of doing that.
Wow.
There we go. Talk.
Alright, let's go.
1, 2, checker. Mike, checker. I don't like when you surprise me, because production today. I gave him the day off. I gave him the day off because they gotta prepare. They gotta prepare for the semi-lockdown type thing that might be going on. So basically, what happened?
So what's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling good. Made a couple of important phone calls that I needed to make.
Hey, I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you. You said you were gonna get into that early, the setup.
Yeah.
So you won't have to do it again, or you're not?
No. We're ready. All I gotta do is entertain me. All I gotta say as I'm talking. You see? Those old people used to slip on credit card.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up?
Oh, hold on, brother. Hold on. Oh, why not? You son of a gun.
I need you to talk.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is the way this is gonna go today, Louis.
So
That's the way
yeah.
we're gonna start this off.
Well, let's see if it gets better. Hey, you were saying something. I'm sorry, I cut you off. What was that? You said that you were making some important calls.
Excuse me. Phone calls. Touching base with loved ones and letting them know, not to panic. Panic is not good at these times. But just get ready for this 75% lockdown, New York City.
Yeah, no, it's I think it's gonna go full fledged come Monday.
Okay.
And I there was some new news that came out. I didn't even get a chance to catch up, but it's gonna go full throttle in terms of like shutdown, and because they came to the conclusion, and which is a smart conclusion, that the only way we're gonna get ahead is if we take a strong stance for 2 weeks. Yeah.
But you were idiots that are still going out there doing things you're not supposed to be doing.
Well, they did say minimize going out, but practice social distance. Because what happens is people are gonna have to make food runs no matter what.
Exactly.
But their suggestion to use food deliveries whenever possible. That way you don't even have to give your debit card or anything like that. You can do everything online, minimal touches. They'll drop it off at the curb. Like you got to take extreme measures like that. Constantly wash your hands, and if we could do this over the next two to maybe 4 weeks, then we'll get the situation on the right. The problem is that the healthcare industry, they're really battling because they don't have the tools to properly help people and protect themselves. And so they're acting like other organizations, like, for example, like the construction industry that uses those respirator masks, if they could donate some. So they're asking people to step up. And once that starts happening and people could contribute supplies, I think we'll be all right. And there's test kits, I think, available outside of the country, and I think they're reaching out to other people, which is crazy. Everybody has a lot, and we don't have an adequate amount of supply. But
It's funny you say that because I saw a week ago, I saw Joe Rogan had an infectious disease expert, and he said that one of the things he said is that the United States does not stockpile stuff.
Yeah.
How can we be the power, or the superpower, the number one superpower, and we don't have, we can't be dependent on other people and other countries, and because if shit hits the fan like it has, now we caught with our hands in our pockets.
I mean, out here, out east, I know where real estate and space is a commodity. But if if you go somewhere in the Midwest or up north somewhere, shit, there's acres and acres of free land where you could just have warehouses of these essential things and you keep them there. So when things like this happen, but I mean, but I think you live and learn, and I'm pretty sure from this event we'll learn because I don't think things are gonna stop. They'll continue. New things will start to pop up, and we got to be prepared.
The way we evolve, other things evolve too. It's just the way. It's just the way. It's just the way. The life is.
It's funny because we're not evolving.
Well,
oh my God. Yeah, I'm sorry, CEO.
I'm sorry I spoke for both of us. I consider, even though I don't care what anybody else says, I consider us a team.
Yo, what was that fucking character in WWF? Boss Man? Teddy DiBiase, Boss Man.
Oh man.
Hey Chris, go ahead, go. I have something for you.
A couple of things. I called my daughter. My daughter's Puerto Rico. My oldest, and I called my mom. Basically, there's only 8 cases that test positive. But see, people gotta stop and listen. The reason why there's only 8 cases positive so far is because they just don't have the sufficient tests to test other people.
Exactly.
With the symptoms. So just stay inside, man. Lock down. Luckily, it's not like a Hurricane Maria situation. We have they have electricity. They have water. Just make sure you have food and just lock down. And listen. Take this time to engage with your family. Take this time to I think we're so disconnected because of these gadgets and
cell phone.
So there's no connection within the family. So take this time to reconnect with your loved ones and make the best of it. At the end of the day, it's not for people to panic. The government officials have to take this approach because people really not. You gotta go hard. I didn't know that California was in complete lockdown. They got the National Guard in the streets and everything.
That's why they're knocking De Blasio and Cuomo. Even though I like Cuomo the way he's representing himself, but they're saying that you don't have to wait on the president to initiate a lockdown. That you could do it. They're saying they're surprised that New York is not being a little bit more aggressive. It's like that we're waiting on the president, and he's kind of trigger shy. He doesn't want to pull that trigger because there's a lot of economical things that are tied into this. And if you make that move, you're gonna hurt the economy moving forward. But I was listening to a health specialist that said, yeah, you hurt the economy moving forward, but however, if nobody's healthy, the economy is going to be shot anyway. So you bite the bullet up front, and then you hope on the back end that you can recoup your losses.
You will recoup.
Yeah, but you know what? He's a businessman, and I'm pretty sure the business people are in his ear. They're like, "Hey, that's gonna kill us. Don't do that." But he's gonna have to make the call because it's the right call to make. Because at the end of the day, people's health shouldn't be compromised over some dollars.
And the cases have risen here in New York State. Have risen a lot.
Yeah.
We're up to 4,000, 5,000.
And Chris, remember, add another 0 on that because a lot of people are not getting tested. You understand? Yeah. So you got to add another 0 behind that. Chris, so I'm sorry. You finished your thought?
No, yeah. I was telling my daughter not to panic. But I'm telling everybody, don't panic. As long as you have food in the house, just take this time, make the best out of the situation.
Christian, I came across this article and I thought about you. While we're in lockdown, right? The USA Today came out with the top 20 basketball movies of all time.
Top five.
No, top. I'm sorry, top 20 basketball movies of all time. So what I want to do is I want your live reaction to these movies, whether or not you suggest them to the folks at home that might want something to watch, and you can provide your feedback.
I would actually. Well, it doesn't matter.
Oh, well, you know what? Let me get your 5 off the cuff. Let me see if you're in sync with these guys.
I think Hoosiers is up there. I'm not, Hoosiers.
Yeah, Hoosiers is up. Hoosiers is number 3.
Oh, okay, that was close. It wasn't number 1 to me, but it's definitely top 5 in basketball.
It's not a test, Chris. You can't get it. It's your opinion.
No, I understand, but I like when I do things, I like to do them right, Louis, as you can see.
Okay.
As you can see.
All right. Well, what else?
Off the top basketball movies, I think he got game. He got
Bing, bing, bing. Number one. Number one.
He got game. He got game is up there. What was the movie? I can't remember his name. The movie's name with Tupac, Birdie.
Above the Rim.
Above the Rim.
You know I had a cameo in that, right? I think
I remember. So you and our brother G.
Actually, Above the Rim. It didn't crack the top 10, but
I don't think that's more of a gangster type of movie.
Number 15. Go ahead, one more, Chris.
I think Coach Carter was a good one.
Yeah, Coach Carter, I think, came in at number 12. That was actually based on a true story.
Yeah.
California. No, actually, yeah, number 11. So, I'm going to give you a couple real quick just to go through them. Number 2, Hoop Dreams. That was a good one. That was like the documentary of the 2 kids that were playing. One went to an Ivy League school, one was in a public school, and pretty much they were just following their path. And the kid in the Catholic school hurt his knee, but I don't think either one made anything of it. But it was a good movie.
I'm gonna watch it. I don't think I can watch it.
Yo, Chris, excellent movie. At the time.
DiCaprio or no?
No, that's Basketball Diaries. I think that's when he was being molested. But Hoop Dreams is really good. Hoosiers number 3. White Man Can't Jump number 4. I love that one.
That's my number 1.
Guess what made top 5? Uncut Gems with Adam.
Basketball movies?
Yeah, because he most of his gambling is all basketball with Kevin Garnett. Loving Basketball.
Yeah, I like that one.
Teen Wolf number 7. I actually loved it before the other ones came out. But somebody, I was listening to ESPN and Bomani Jones is funny. He goes that Teen Wolf was really a racist movie when you looked at it. It was like one of those backhanded racist movies that they were saying because he was a wolf, he was cool, was able to play basketball, had good dance moves, was high-fiving everybody. All the girls liked him. But some people didn't like him, so they said there was some underlining racial tones there. I mean, I don't know if they're digging deep. Number 8, The Way Back. That's the new movie with Ben. Ben Affleck. Yeah.
But that just came out. How can it be top 20?
Yeah, I know. They already put it in there. Your movie that you always reference, Finding Forrester. That was with the poker kid. I don't know why they put basketball, but Space Jam. Coach Carter, Uncle Drew. I fell asleep on that one. I didn't think it was that good.
Yeah.
The O. With what's his name?
I remember that name. It could be one of those black kids. Omar Epps or.
What's his name? Macaulay.
Mackay
Yeah,
Pfeiffer.
Mackay Pfeiffer. The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. That one had Julius Erving. That's from the 70s.
I've heard of that one. I never saw it though.
Above the Rim is 15. Basketball Diaries is 16. That's with Leo. 17. Forgetting Paris. That's with was Billy Crystal.
Crystal.
He's the ref.
George Crystal.
Yeah, a whole bunch of NBA players on that. That's when he falls in love with some women.
Is Blue Chips in there?
Who?
Blue Chips?
I'm gonna 18. Glory Road. That's
I think it's good. True story.
yeah, true story. They said it's good. They said the storyline is good. And number 19 is called Cornbread, Earl, and Me. This is from the 1970s.
Yeah, that sounds racist. The name alone.
And number 20, the last one is Blue Chip.
Blue Chips. Blue Chips is good. It's good because it gives you a little inside look on the NCAA and the way it works.
Yeah, the money that was being transferred amongst kids.
I took you a movie I saw yesterday that I enjoyed a lot. The actor was Tom Hardy. Really did it.
He's a good actor, man. That guy.
Legend.
Which one?
Legend. Based on a true story, the twin gangsters in London.
Yeah, I did see that. That was pretty good.
Good movie. Then I found out they were the Craig. They were Ronnie and Reggie Craig. But they were saying that so then I started looking on the app, and there's a few movies, but I think this is Tom Hardy really did his thing.
Yeah, and something else I wanted to share with you that I came across today. I'm gonna tell you a word. Try to decipher what the word means.
Okay.
Okay, Venus Strophia.
Venus Strophia. Off the top of my head, maybe as the idiot I am, I think you have a phobia of Venus, of the planet Venus.
No, you're pretty close. It is abnormal fear of beautiful women.
Oh, there you go.
Venus. Many men can become intimidated by gorgeous women, and men are not the only ones who suffer from the phobia, but this condition takes the intimidation to the extreme, where guys will probably start sweating, forget how to talk, and stuff like that. That's interesting. I never seen it personally, but that's interesting.
That was going to be my second guess. Yes, all bullshit aside. Because Venus being the woman, I was going to say something.
Chris, I know you cheated in school. Don't try to cheat here, man.
Excuse me?
I know you cheated in school. Don't cheat here, okay?
No, I'm not. I didn't cheat. It's why I like to tell my. It wasn't cheating. It was, sometimes you need to hedge your bets, I guess, or sometimes you need to, just tip the scale a little bit. That cheating is a big word, Louis, and I don't like it.
And it's only cheating if you get caught, correct?
I don't want to answer that.
So let's see what else is going on. I mean, there's limited stuff. And again, for the folks listening, just understand what me and Chris are doing. It is really difficult because part of doing this show together is that we feed off each other's energy and chemistry, and you kind of when to change direction. So if you see me stepping on Chris, it's because I'm not there in the room with him, so it's really difficult. But
there could be a very slight delay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is when this works a little bit,
Yo, you keep on folding your fingers like that. I feel Venus Trophia right now. Hey, going back to the coronavirus, so you heard the Saints head coach, Sean Payton, he was also diagnosed positive for the coronavirus?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Marcus Smart from the Boston Celtics.
Oh, really?
He tested positive, but he has no symptoms.
Oh, wow.
So, it's
And the only reason I mention that, Chris, is because these are people that are millionaires. So if they're contracting the virus, imagine the local folks. So you really, please, take heed. It's serious.
I got upset at, I saw this little clip of these Spring Breakers.
Oh, yeah.
That was so ridiculous, man. So, me being the person that I am, and so I don't wish bad on nobody, but with these idiots, I wish they get at least 90 days of itching in the anal cavity. This way, and they can contribute it to coronavirus. This way, they understand. This way, they understand. Don't be an idiot. And they said, yeah, they got to scratch their ass.
Wow.
For 90 days.
Hey.
And nothing will soothe it either. I need them to feel the discomfort for being idiots.
Hey, stay in there without being too nasty. Do you recall the last time you had a episode of like a hemorrhoid? That has got to be one of the worst experiences in the world.
Never had hemorrhoid.
Get the fuck! It's impossible.
No, never. Wait, let me knock on wood. So far, I never had them.
Wow. And well, trust me, it's something that you wouldn't wish on somebody. It is such a nasty experience.
It's painful?
Painful. It hurts when you go to the bathroom. It hurts when you sit down. You're totally uncomfortable. And mind you, once you go to the restroom, to clean yourself is a problem. So you can't even clean yourself. You got to go straight into the shower because it's just. I don't even know if it's hemorrhoids or what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm describing it as a rash. You ever seen like a baby where they gets a rash? Because maybe something like that where it's like it's really.
Yeah, luckily for me, I haven't had that issue, but.
I guess that baby powder's paying off. Hey, moving forward.
Johnson, call me with these sponsors.
Yo, listen. So you heard about the NFL now that they're trying to tie the coronavirus to the physicals of NFL players. So if anybody tests positive, they want to be able to take back some money. You heard anything about that? Yeah, this just came out the other day. I don't have all the specifics. NFL uncertainty amid coronavirus will experience more. Yeah, no. So I heard that earlier this morning coming in that they're trying to do that. One of the clauses that they're trying to do is that when players are doing their physicals, if they had tested positive for the coronavirus, they could hold back some of their guaranteed money.
That's bullshit, man.
It is. But those players also too shot themselves in the foot because a lot of them didn't even vote. They just had their contract negotiations, and they said probably like 60% of the players didn't vote. They didn't, So this will show them though. If guys are losing money, they're gonna be like, yeah, they should have went out and voted.
The idiot.
Yeah.
But I guess Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus and all this are going to benefit a lot from this little mini crisis we're in.
Absolutely.
I started watching a show called Lock and Key. It's pretty good. You can watch it with your kids.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty good family. It's mysterious, sci-fi, a little bit of suspense, a little bit of I don't want to call it thriller, but there's a little bit of stuff in there, which is pretty good. You can watch it with your kids. It's a great show to watch with your kids. I saw The Outsider, HBO.
Okay.
Outsider, that very good. That watch with your wife. It's a little bit dark to watch with your kids. It's a Stephen King novel, so you know how Stephen King thinks. By the way, have you ever been to Maine?
No, that's one of the places though I want to get to Maine. I want to get to what's the other one? Is it Cape Cod? Yeah, Maine and Cape Cod.
Well, I want to go to Maine, and without even thinking about it, just that way, Stephen King, Maine. I want to go to Maine. I want to go to Vermont.
Vermont, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Vermont.
Those are those small states up there in the northeastern part. I know Maine is about 5 or 6 hours from here. But those are the places. It's funny because I'm looking at the airline prices, and to go to Puerto Rico is $36, Lou.
My nephew went last week, $67.
Look at that. I was this close. To leaving.
Dude, that's like you could go have lunch and come back. Get yourself a good mofongo and come back.
Me is just living in the country to me is more. I could appreciate it at an older age. I could appreciate how good the country is.
Yeah.
Away from everybody, you know. You're connected with nature. So me, that's my thought process. I'm not even thinking of anything else.
Yeah, Chris, you're not by yourself. A lot of people are like that. With the older you get, you start to appreciate the little things in life. And it was funny because I was talking to this guy. He's like a third degree black belt, jiu-jitsu black belt. And he's like an instructor and this, that, and the third. So he's a little he gained a little bit of weight. He's a solid guy. He's an ex-football player, but he gained a little weight, and for years, he's like been trying to like battle that little weight loss. So his sensei pulls him to the side, and he goes, the problem with you is that you haven't taken in life yet. And the guy's looking at him like, the fuck you mean? He goes, I got 2 kids, a job. He goes, I got a business. He goes, what do you mean? And he goes, listen to what I'm telling you. Go to a park. He goes, and I want you to walk the park for 2 hours. And he goes, I want you to focus on the most smallest speck of things that you see in the grass, to the trees, to the to everything that you see. Just walk the entire park for 2 hours. So obviously the guy, he didn't say nothing, he didn't want to be offensive, but he's like, I don't know what that's about. Fast forward, his sensei passed away maybe like 5 years ago. Something happened. He was in a park, like it was his daughter was on a play date. So he was going to have to be in the park for almost 3 hours. So he goes, you know what? Let me walk. Chris, the guy said he started to walk.
Change his life.
He goes, it changed his life. It gave him clarity. He goes, what his sensei was trying to explain to him is that you have to totally take everything in. He goes, your body has to take everything in, and what it does, it transforms you. It makes you more whole with the environment that you're in. And he goes, not only that, but internally, he said the guy had some health issues, and he goes, you have to take in all that natural air from the trees and all that stuff. He goes, it just has a positive effect on your life. The guy's still fat, but his train of thought is a lot better.
And it's funny because people think that material things and businesses and this. I'm not this. At the end of the day, we need to do what we need to do.
Yeah.
To provide a better life for our loved ones. But the true meaning of life is freedom, and you can only obtain freedom when you find yourself in that predicament where you're one with nature. And I don't want to sound like a motherfucking hippie, stoned out person, but freedom is key, and people don't understand. We live the rat race. We live the rat race every fucking day. Where I compare. Some people don't like when I say this, but I compare life in New York is that your kids ever had a hamster, Lou, and you buy the hamster wheel and you put that hamster in a hamster
all day.
And he's going 80 miles an hour and he's not going anywhere. Meanwhile, the wheel is spinning. He's not going anywhere. That's life for the majority of people. That's not freedom. You have to take time and connect with yourself spiritually, and you'll see life in such a me personally, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. My life changed. Took a turn, and it was bad because it took a horrible situation to happen to me personally for me to see, to realize, I'm focusing on the wrong things. If it's not gonna affect you, use the 5 second rule. If it's not gonna affect you 5 years from now, don't bother with it.
No,
you have
absolutely.
no control over the situation. But this is very simple. If you have control of a situation, you take care of it. If you don't have control over it, you have to put it aside because overthinking it and mulling over it is not going to change it. You have no control over it.
Absolutely. Hey, Chris, we're coming up against the clock.
Yes.
You have something or? No. You know what? We'll get back to them on that because I don't want to push our luck. I want to see how it goes.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So just sign out and
I'll call you back.
all right, later.
Other friends, how'd you like it if both our names had Jackson on the ends?
I'm with you.